Once upon a time, in a lush, green forest, nestled between towering mountains, there lived a majestic eagle named Fredrick. Fredrick had shimmering golden feathers that glistened in the sunlight and sharp, keen eyes that could spot the tiniest movement from miles away. He soared high above the treetops, feeling the cool breeze ruffle his feathers as he searched for his next meal. Fredrick was proud of his hunting skills. He could catch fish from the sparkling river with a swift dive and snatch berries from the bushes with his sharp talons. But Fredrick had one problem. He didn't like to share. He kept all his food for himself, even when his friends were hungry. One sunny morning, Fredrick was perched on a high branch, munching on a juicy fish that he had caught. Below him, his friends gathered. A wise old owl named Oliver, a playful squirrel named Sammy, and a gentle deer named Daisy. They watched Fredrick eat, their stomachs rumbling with hunger. "Fredrick," Oliver hooted softly, "we're all hungry. Could you share some of your fish with us?" Fredrick shook his head stubbornly. "I caught this fish myself. It's mine." Sammy the squirrel scampered up the tree and looked at Fredrick with big, hopeful eyes. "Please, Fredrick, just a little bit." Fredrick turned away, ignoring Sammy's plea. Daisy, the deer, sighed and lowered her head, feeling sad. As the days passed, Fredrick continued to keep his food to himself. His friends grew thinner and weaker, and the forest seemed less lively. One day, a terrible storm rolled in with dark clouds and roaring thunder. The wind howled and the rain poured down, making it impossible for anyone to find food. Fredrick huddled in his nest, feeling safe and dry. But as he looked out at his friends, who were shivering and hungry, he felt a pang of guilt. He realized that he had been selfish and that his friends needed him. With a determined flap of his wings, Fredrick flew down to his friends. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice full of regret. "I should have shared my food with you." Oliver, Sammy, and Daisy looked up at Fredrick, surprised, but hopeful. Fredrick tore off a piece of his fish and offered it to them. They ate gratefully, their spirits lifting as they felt the warmth of Fredrick's kindness. From that day on, Fredrick learned the importance of sharing. He discovered that sharing not only helped his friends, but also made him feel happier and more connected to those he cared about. The forest became a place of joy and friendship where everyone looked out for one another. One day, as Fredrick was flying over the forest, he noticed a new animal, a small, timid rabbit named Rosie. Rosie had just moved to the forest, and she was struggling to find food. Fredrick remembered how his friends had felt when they were hungry, and he decided to help Rosie. "Hello, Rosie," Fredrick called out as he landed beside her. "Would you like to join us for a meal?" Rosie's eyes widened with surprise and gratitude. "Really? I'd love to." Fredrick led Rosie to a clearing where Oliver, Sammy, and Daisy were waiting. Together, they shared a meal of fish, berries, and nuts. Rosie felt welcomed and happy, and she quickly became friends with everyone. As the seasons changed, the forest flourished with the spirit of sharing. Fredrick and his friends organized gatherings where all the animals could come together and share their food. They played games, told stories, and enjoyed each other's company. Fredrick's heart swelled with joy as he watched the forest thrive. He had learned that sharing was not just about giving food. It was about creating a community where everyone felt valued and cared for. And so, Fredrick the Eagle soared through the skies, not just as a skilled hunter, but as a true friend who understood the value of sharing. The lush, green forest thrived, and the animals lived happily ever after.